Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Maddie with the Toasteros, and today we got a really cool, unique benchmark coming to you. This is the RX 6600M, and what if we told you it performs better than a 6600 if you do the right stuff?
And what if we told you that the best budget GPU right now is from Aliexpress? Well, it might be, but we're going to test that theory today with some benchmarks. Before we do that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by our friends at HP and their Black Friday sale that will get you some excellent value for your money starting Friday, November 25th at 5 a.m. Pacific time. If you use the promo code STOCKING5, you can save 5% off orders over $599, and if you use code STOCKING10, you will save 10% off orders over $999. You can save some money on one of our favorite pre-built systems out there, the HP Victus 15L, which we reviewed recently here on the channel, and during this sale, it will be only $569. Or you can pick up a powerful HP Victus gaming laptop that we reviewed here on the channel. It has awesome gaming performance on the go and an even better price point of $645 during this sale. To learn more and cash in on these awesome deals, check the link down below, and big thanks again to HP for sponsoring today's video.
So yes, this benchmark is going to be a little weird because this looks like a cheap knockoff card, but it truly is a mobile RX 6600, and because they put it onto this really big card and heatsink and everything, we're actually seeing pretty close performance to 6600, or so we think. Now, before Matt explains what the GPU is, I'm going to talk about the actual specs of this benchmark PC. So we like to keep it nice and consistent. We have a Ryzen 5 5600G 6-core 12-thread. We have 16 gigs of PNY Accelerate, 3600 MHz RAM. We have an Asus TUF B550, an XPG 650 watt power supply inside of a deep cool case. We also have a 1 terabyte Gen 3 Team Group drive. So if you check out any of our benchmark videos, we do use this platform every single time, so you can actually compare using our videos to other graphics cards you may be looking at.
So we picked this thing up at $200 a few months ago from Aliexpress, and we were going to do just a build video with it because at the time GPU prices were pretty expensive, but this thing has gotten even cheaper along with the price drops of the regular RX 6600 and 6600 XT. So is it really worth picking up right now? We're going to go over some of the tech specs and then dive into some benchmarks. All right, so this is a legit Radeon RX 6600M based on the Navi 23 GPU. It is a 7nm GPU and was released in 2021. We are looking at GDDR6 memory, 8 gigs of it. If for those who really care, it's Samsung memory, woohoo. And this card is PCI by 8 4.0, so you're actually getting more bandwidth than the 6500 XT in a mobile GPU. But all jokes aside, it is a mobile GPU that's basically put on a dedicated graphics card, so you can slot it in your system. And in theory, those mobile GPUs are much more efficient because they have to go inside a laptop and you don't want them to overheat or anything. So slapping a full desktop cooler on it should keep this thing incredibly cool in gaming and give you headroom for overclocking if you want to. So let's just not waste more time and throw it through our suite of benchmarks and see how it performs.
Alright gamers, now that we have this very strange RX 6600M on the test bench, let's dive into some games, shall we? Now the games we decided to test are as follows. We got Cyberpunk, Forza Horizon 5, the new Modern Warfare 2, Fortnite, and Apex Legends. Now first up in Cyberpunk on high settings using the built-in benchmark at 1080p, we did test all the games at 1080p, we ended up getting an average of 103 FPS. We were only getting like 60 degrees Celsius in a game that pretty much stretched this GPU to like 100% usage most of the time, 99% to be more accurate. This will be really good for a region that, well, may want to have lower power draws or are really concerned about the power draw of their graphics card. You can get this bad boy and easily undervolt it and actually get this thing to run even cooler and pull less power because it is a mobile chip. Now another high-end AAA title is Forza Horizon 5, and we did use the built-in benchmark on this one as well, and we ended up getting a 99 FPS average on high settings. Now what I'll probably pair this GPU with if you were to build a PC is probably something like a Ryzen 5 5600 or Ryzen 5 5500, or if we're talking Intel, something like the i5 12400. Pretty much, I would pair this thing with whatever I would build the system with the RX 6600, and that is the one thing I do have to bring up. If you're in the United States right now, the RX 6600 goes on sale on eBay for about $150 to $160, about the same price as this GPU at the time recording this video, so that is probably a better option for you than this GPU, but I think this thing is really appealing in other regions where AliExpress is your best option to buy some hardware, or you don't have access to the same deals, and let's say an RX 6600 is $200+ or $300+ still, you could definitely take advantage of buying this 6600M and get a, well, very unique card that also will be much more affordable in your region. Now the next game we tested was the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare using the built-in benchmark, which actually is pretty cool and useful, and using the balanced preset, we got 109 FPS average. Once again, this card comes with 8 gigs of VRAM, so it's basically an RX 6600. I know I've said that numerous times throughout this benchmark run, but that's basically what this card is, and it's just more accessible to other countries, and it's not a scam card. We did one of these a long time ago with like a 960M or 970M. I'll try to find that video and throw it in the top right corner, but on the surface level, it's a very weird idea to put a mobile GPU in a desktop form factor and put it into a desktop, but it does make a whole lot of sense when you're talking about thermal control and the fact that if this laptop design with the 6600M just doesn't get used anymore in laptops, you can easily repurpose these mobile GPUs and make sure they don't just go to e-waste. So it's a really cool design, and it's really cool that people are able to make these. Now, of course, before we wrap up the benchmarks, we have to test some other esports games that are not built in benchmarks, and we have Fortnite here on epic view distance, everything else on low in performance settings, and we got 100 plus FPS. Now, yes, with performance mode, you are testing much more CPU than you are GPU, and when we have the 5600G, we're kind of relying on that there, but for those who want to run performance settings and just want to see what the benchmark numbers look like, here you go. At least 100 plus FPS, a few stutters here and there. But when talking about Apex Legends, a more demanding AAA title, esports title, whatever you want to really call it, we got medium-high settings here, and we got 160 plus FPS average. There were some few stutters here and there right when the match started, but overall it did settle out really nicely. So this card is a really good option for these kind of games. Of course, high refresh rate, 1080p, no problem whatsoever, and it does have some headroom to stretch into 1440p, just like the RX 6600 can. So overall, I think this is a really cool piece of tech. When I purchased this thing, I was thinking, you know what, it's kind of weird, it may not actually be legit, and we might have a video because it's not legit, but the fact that it is a real card, and it does perform very well and has really good thermal properties to it, I think it's going to be really popular in international markets, and I think you could really pick up a good deal here by checking the link down below and buy one of these if, let's say, the RX 6600 is very expensive in your country. But if you are in the US, based on current pricing right now, I would probably stray away from this and actually look at the deals that are happening right now on eBay for like the RX 6600 on the used market. But you do also have the fact that this card is technically new, and for some people that might be the difference maker instead of going on the used market, so that's something to also keep in mind. But yeah, check the link down below and comment down below if this is something you might be picking up, and let me know where you're located, because I think it's a very interesting option for those in other countries. I'm not sure how appealing it is here in the US with current pricing, but I would love to know in the comment section down below. But now we finished the benchmarking section of today's video, I had to bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick.
Alright guys, we just got done benchmarking this 6600, and yeah, I mean, you really can't tell a major difference between this and something like the normal 6600. We noticed a bit of stutters in some games, but that just could have been those games being kind of goofy, because we were getting over 100 FPS in quite a few games, even some AAA titles.
Now, yeah, the big value here, because the 6600 and 6600 XT are pretty good prices on the used market right now, would probably be other countries where you're not getting those deals, because the 6600M for about $160 to $170 is still a pretty good deal, especially from a place like Aliexpress. Is it the most pretty card in the world? No, but you're getting some good performance, and if you're someone who just wants a card that you can kind of mess around with and want to say, hey, I have a laptop GPU in my PC, this is one you should definitely check out, and use the link down below. It'll most likely be an affiliate link, and it will help us out. And let us know if there's any other weird GPUs or weird stuff from AliExpress or other overseas sites like that that you want to see us test here on the channel.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
So now that we're done with this benchmark, we're going to transplant this GPU into some really wild build that'll definitely be a one-off custom over at PCBros.tech. And also, if you want to just win a free PC, make sure you check out twitch.tv/ToastyBros, because once a month we collaborate with ourselves, because we're Toasty Bros and PC Bros, and we do a free PC giveaway.
The PC will be as silly and goofy as we are, and that's really silly and goofy. So yeah, PCBros.tech, use code ToastyBros2 check out and save 2%, and stay tuned for future giveaways over on our Twitch channel. See you guys later. Goodbye.
Peace out.